Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
That was the easiest flight of my life.